Trump locks in China trade deal, keeping pressure on Beijing. And this is a big story. The Trump administration finalized a trade deal with China, securing commitments from Beijing to export rare earth minerals vital to U.S. manufacturing. As Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick told Bloomberg, he has this video here, Rob. If you want to play this clip, go for it.
Mr. Secretary, you just said that you're going to announce a whole bunch of deals over the course of the next week. With what countries? And does that include the China deal the president suggested was signed yesterday? What is that?
So the China deal, we inked the deal. You remember we had a trip to Geneva, and then that was being slow played. We got back together in London, and that deal was signed and sealed 2 days ago. President just said it just the other, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. And then he also suggested that we are, of course, at the very close finish line with India. Of course, the way these deals happen is their prime minister and their parliament have to approve it, and the president likes to close these deals himself. I mean, he's the deal maker. He loves to close it. I think we have deal after deal after deal. The president's going to make his calls. He's going to decide exactly the finishing touches on them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lay out a structure of all the different kinds of tariff arrangements with different countries, right? There are countries with huge deficits. There are countries that are balanced. We're going to set that.
Rob, can we go hear what Scott Bessent had to say about this? Because this is obviously a very big news that a lot of people are looking for with the China trade war. Go for it here.
I know the rare earth minerals was a huge improvement after your conversations. Can you tell us about this agreement with China? What exactly does it entail?
Love the way Bessent speaks.
Sure. And look, Maria, this is what leadership looks like under President Trump. We've got peace deals, we got trade deals, we got tax deals, and in dealing with the world's second largest economy, we approached each other with mutual respect.
For this job.
President Trump set the table with a very important call with Party Chair Xi. They have a very good relationship. We had trade talks in Geneva. Toward moving toward the agreement in London. Part of the agreement was tariffs coming down and rare earth magnets starting to flow back to the U.S. They formed the core of a lot of our industrial base. They were not flowing as fast as previously agreed. President Trump and President Xi had a phone call, and then our teams met in London, ironed this out, and I am confident now that we, as agreed, the magnets will flow. In the meantime, we had put countermeasures versus
you can pause
the
it right
Chinese.
There. Tom, how close are we? How important is this? How big could this be?
This is very important. This is very close. But remember, what he said was this is a trade deal. This is not the complete trade deal. And what's very, very important here, he mentioned rare earth minerals and magnets more than once. Why? It's the same thing we were negotiating in Greenland. Now, Greenland, we just have a deal with them. Now we got to build a mill and dig down in there and you do all that. And Greenland's not done. And Ukraine, part of the areas where they have the rare earth stuff is there's, bombs flowing back and forth, and that has to stop. But the rare earth deal in Ukraine was important, and that's what they're doing here. But here, China has the rare earth minerals coming out of the ground, being turned into magnets, and he wanted to get those flowing back. So here's what happened. We put the tariffs in place, and then they slowed down shipping the rare earth. We were trying to get backup plans with Ukraine and Greenland for rare earth. But remember, that was Pat, first you got to build all the infrastructure you need to get it out of the ground and make it usable. Well, guess what we did? We went back to them, and it was a product called ethane, and we covered it on the podcast before. Ethane is a root chemical that becomes plastic, and they need it, and they need lots of it, and we have massive, massive reserves of it. So, and it becomes plastic. So the need for plastic and chip software by China. So it went like this. It's a chessboard. Hey, here come the tariffs. All right, well, your magnet and rare earths are going to slow down. You get fewer of those. All American industry. Mr. President, we can't get the rare earth stuff. You got to help us out. Now, just a minute. I'm negotiating with him. And he says, hang on, I got an idea. Shut down ethane and shut down and put restrictions on chip software. That's our chess move. Now China, making all kinds of things out of plastic, goes, crap. All right, I'll meet you in Geneva. I just compressed 2 months into that. You see how that worked? And they met in Geneva and they got it together. Now then, ready for this? The asterisk at the end of the sentence, if you dive down into this, if the rare earth magnets start flowing at the quantities they promised, only then will we declare that China has fulfilled its promises and the ethane will flow the other way. So what we are doing is we are doing Ronald Reagan, trust but verify. Okay, sign here, sign here. Sometimes trade deals aren't worth the paper they're written on. Well, guess what? We will let the ethane go and we will reduce the chip software in line as soon as they start actually flowing the magnets. So I think this is a very good starting point and we have reason to be happy. And by the way, just look at the stock market. The stock market likes it too, because with these magnets flowing back to American manufacturers, now they can keep the prices down of the products that they're making. So I think this was a really cool chess game. And later we will be looking at it back and forth,
Rob,
I think,
can you
as
go
a
to
case
1 month?
study of how to do it.
Thank you, Tom.
I got
That's great.
something
Can you
for
go to
you,
1
BB.
month, Rob? Okay, that's what the last month looks like, folks. Look at that. That's what the last 1 month looks like. Go to 6 months. It's going to be different. That's 6 months. Okay, remember the low, 38,000? Drop below 38, 37? From 37, now it's what? 44, 294. And by the way, if...
This is broad-based Dow. It's even worse if you look at S&P.
That's right, yeah. If this continues, the tariffs, the winning comes, I keep saying this, if they get this deal in 2026, the enemy is going to try to do everything in their power to make Trump look bad, divide internally, everything in their power to do so. But 2026 could be the greatest years for many of you, of your lives, if you do it right. I think 2026 is going to be an IPO year. I think 2026 is going to be a aggressively successful year for a lot of people that play offense, and I'm very optimistic about it. Tom, Adam, your thoughts here before we go to the next story.
Fully agree with you on this. So we were just talking about the New York City potential mayor, Zoran Mondani.
Yep.
And if you want to understand him, go read the book, The Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx. You'll get a good, deep understanding to that guy's mindset. Now, if you're a world leader or somebody even domestic that wants to understand the mindset of Donald Trump, well, go read one book, and that book is The Art of the Deal. And in The Art of the Deal, he basically breaks it down into 5 key points. He says, think big, maximize leverage, know your market, use the press, which Trump does better than anyone, some may say, and then number 5, protect your downside and have unlimited upside. Everything that Scott Bessent just said, by the way, I think he's got a very cool, calm, collective demeanor, which is almost like the opposite of like how Howard Lutnick is. He's a little more brash, a little more bold. I think that's a good 1-2 punch negotiating these deals. But everything he talks about is in the framework of a deal. All right, whether it's peace deals, whether it's trade deals, whether it's tax deals. Now they're talking about rare earth mineral deals, hostage deals. Everything's a deal. And when you're a deal maker, anything's on the table. So I have one friend, you know him, Keith. He has an uncle who's a billionaire, right?
Yep.
And he still works his tail off every single day. I go, why is he still working? He's 70-something years old. He goes, dude, he loves it. He's a deal junkie. He loves it. You know, Pat, you always talk about the love of the game. Hey, are you doing this for money or are you doing this for the love of the game? Trump is not doing this for money. Trump is doing it because he loves making deals. So in my opinion, Trump, he's working on the biggest deals he's ever worked on in his life. And a lot of them are coming to fruition now. So God bless America.
Yeah, well, keep at it. We'll see what happened there. The range of people that follow the future looks bright. It's absolutely amazing. Seeing people in airports wearing Angry Patriot gear, future looks bright gear, all over the place. Exciting times. And it's 4th of July, and we love America, and we love freedom. And if you do as well, you love the brand, Valuetainment, you love America, you believe in future looks bright, this is a way for you to support your brands. This is why we don't take sponsorship money. We do it through the businesses that we run. And by the way, we are shameless capitalists. We don't hide it. We believe in capitalism. We believe this is the way to make the money so you don't have to go in, have to be loyal to somebody that's giving you money. Our loyalty is to you. We talk to you raw, open. And if you like it, you don't like it, great. You get to connect us and say, Pat, I disagree with you. I can't believe you said this. And if you agree, great. We talk about it as well. So this weekend, 4th of July, we have a blowout sale up to 60%. On top of that, we have the women's line that also came out. Rob, if you go to the website, there's a women's line as well that we have out there. If you go on the collection and you go to ladies collection, ladies, you asked for it. We now have some gear. Big influence of this is Jennifer David, who said, we need to get some ladies gear. Future looks bright. I will also give a shout out to Kim, because Kim's been telling me that she wears the short sleeves when she goes golfing. So thank Jen and Kim for a lot of this. So anybody that places an order over $400 of merch, myself, Vinny, and Tom will be FaceTiming you. And I swear to God, if anybody decides to return anything, Adam will be FaceTiming you.
Yes.
It's true.
He already volunteered for that. So we appreciate Adam's support for doing that. He's the best retention guy we have in the company. But $400 will be FaceTiming you guys to
Don't
talk
make
to
me
you.
come over to your house.
And he will, buddy. He will.
I will.
All right. Go to vtmerch.com. Place your order if you believe future looks bright. Get some of the gear. Sport it everywhere you go. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.